When I look through the scriptures, every famine that happened, every economic downturn, every plague, every disease, the people of God were sustained through every season that the world went through because they put their trust in Him. Because when your trust is in the Lord, you are secure.
You know, it's easy to say that we trust God when everything's good and everything's happy and all is going according to plan. We say, oh yeah, I'm just trusting the Lord and look how good everything is. But it's a whole other deal to trust God when things are not so good. You see, to trust God means you have to allow Him to do what He wants to do, even if He fails. And you say, well, He can't fail, He's God. And that's the point. He can't fail. Therefore, we must trust Him enough to let Him succeed. But to let Him succeed on His terms and in His way and in His time, not on my terms or in my way or in my timing. To trust God is to say, I'm going to let God do what He wants to do. Lord, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to resist. I'm going to let you do what you know is best. And I am not going to fear the outcome.
It's the power to move on a maybe, to know that God is mystery, but He has revealed His character is trustworthy. I can move on a maybe. Father, I don't want to do this, but nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. So I'm going to go see about this. And maybe, somebody shout maybe. Maybe. I've got a maybe faith. Enough faith to do it and not know the conclusion, but trust God in the process. It's a maybe faith. I'm confident. I'm not certain, but I'm confident. And you will find yourself many times in your life in a maybe moment. Some of you are there right now. It's a maybe moment for you. I need you to understand the value not only of what God says to you in your life, but about who you say it to after God says it to you. The right people will give you the go-ahead. The right people will say, you know what? I'm gonna help you as you do this. I know the addiction has got you about 3 different cycles now, and it looks like this one won't be any different. But whether or not you make it, I'm gonna be here with you on it. So let's go ahead and do this dumb thing, this impossible thing, this crazy thing.
The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not be in want. In other words, God says, I will take care of all your needs if you'll just trust me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. The Bible says it like this in 1 Peter 4, verse 12. Dear friends, don't be surprised or shocked when you go through painful trials and fiery tests in life. The Bible says in the world you will have tribulation. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 17 and 18 says this. For our temporary, listen, it's not going to last, our temporary and momentary troubles will not last. But they are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So, we focus not on what is seen, the problems around us, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary. It's not going to last. But what is unseen is eternal. It will not consume you. That's what you want to focus on. Maybe a little less listening to the internet and a little bit more listening to God. That will give you confidence. That will give you stability. That will replace your panic with prayer. It will replace your worry with worship. It will replace your anxiety with adoration.
You have to believe that God knows what is best, that He will not abandon you, He will not let go of you, that you will not be destroyed by this trouble. You have to take Him at His word when He says, I will never leave you or abandon you. You have to take Him at His word when He says, I take all things and work them together for your good. The seed of faith The seed of faith planted in the soil of adversity under the watchful eye of the gardener will bring forth life and beauty in its season. The Bible says that God makes all things beautiful in their time. The trouble that you are in will not last. The trouble will not last. It is light and momentary compared to the eternal glory that awaits you. It is all about your perspective. How you see the trouble is how you will face the trouble. If you see it in fear, you'll face it in fear. If you see it in doubt, you'll face it in doubt. If you see it in faith, you will face it in faith. So don't see it as the end. See it as the beginning. You have to look through eyes of faith, through a lens of hope, a lens of expectation.
Remember, this is not the end of the story. Because we don't know what the future holds, but we do know who holds the future. We don't know all that's going to go ahead, but we're not frightened by it because we know the end of the story. We've read the last chapter of the book. We know that God is in control. We know that God is not surprised by this, that God is bigger than this, and Romans 8:28 is still true. All things work together for the good of those who love God, who are called according to his purpose.